Fujica, a place for budding and aspiring entrepreneurs. If you're new to this channel, I definitely want to thank you for stopping on by. I appreciate you tuning in for another week here at Simply Fujica. So today's topic, I am getting the question over and over on whether or not you should accept a deposit from your clients. And so if that's something that you're interested in, and I actually think it really is something you should know ahead of time, then stay tuned. So I'm going to answer this in two different ways. We're going to discuss two different approaches. So for those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm a real heavy proponent on establishing and building your business plan. If you have your business plan, and if you are able to have a little bit of money going into the business, then it's up to you whether you want to accept a deposit or not. Because really the question here is, well, how am I paying for my home care aides? How am I paying for my caregivers if I haven't started making money from my clients yet? Which is a very real situation. So if you have placed some money aside, you can say, well, I do have some money to float me, right? And so I can go ahead and pay my caregivers. And as my clients start coming and making their payments, then I can reimburse myself and move forward from there, okay? But I would say most of you are not coming in with that money set aside. And so for that reason, I say you should always ask for a deposit. And when I was in business, I asked for a deposit. And I asked for a deposit for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you understand the community that you serve, most of these people are on a fixed income. Let's say they get, which they shouldn't. If you follow me, you know you should not be letting anyone get 2, 3, 4 payments behind, right? But let's say this person gets behind. And a lot of you are like, well, I'm just going to enforce my contract. Well, what's the likelihood you're actually going to get money from this person who is on a fixed income? It's just probably not going to happen, right? For those of you who say, well, nope, I'm still going to have a contract and I get my money, hey, more power to you. But for me, because I don't want to be a dog in that fight, I ask for a deposit. And you can do a deposit where you ask for the person to give you their first payment up front. So you go to the client's home, you've already discussed your businesses, you've already done your care plan, you know what this person needs, so you've established a rate. Once you guys have agreed upon a rate, your very next question is, so how am I going to secure the deposit for today? I really wanted to secure the deposit for your first week's service, all right? By doing so, that protects you and the client, okay? Now, so far I've only mentioned the first week. What I additionally like to do, and it really depends on how you have this discussion with the client, I actually really like to get the first and last payment up front. And the reason is because let's say that this person does fall 1 week behind. If that person falls 1 week behind, then you're saying, hey, Mrs. Polino, I see that you've fallen behind. I really want to discuss with you plans. What plans do you have to bring yourself current, right? I don't know, honey, because I'm having this happening, I'm having this happen. You know, I don't know when I'm going to get you current. Now you have a decision to make as a business owner. Are you going to terminate those services? If you are, then that current week that you're in, depending on when you're having a conversation, that should be the last week of service. Why would you keep going if this person is telling you they have no real way to pay you or get caught up? Now, some of you may say, well, you know what? This is a great client for me. I'm just going to forgive them for those 2 or 3 weeks and move forward. Hey, if you can do that, I love it. You like it, I love it. However, I'm really talking to the folks that really want to protect themselves and their client. Because even if a person's not in a position to catch you up during that time, you don't want to burn that bridge. It could be that they may just need to pause services for a while, get themselves together, and then they can come back. So you always want to make sure that you keep a good relationship good if you can. And so That's my answer to this question is I do recommend that you take a deposit, you receive a deposit from that client. I further recommend that you get the first week and the last week up front. Now, another tip that I have for you, and this is kind of like a bonus tip, but it's in the same vein of what we've been talking about, is you got to make sure that you're on top of your invoicing game. So anytime that you're asking for money, it should be services for the week of XYZ, right? Once you receive the payment, this is your receipt from the payment of XYZ. The reason why I say that is you don't want there to be any confusion. I've heard people say, oh, my client thought that they were behind, so they paid me twice, right? Okay, you can either offer to send that money back or apply it to the next week of services. So you always just want to be clear on what the person has paid and what you're actually asking for. Okay, it cuts down on a lot of confusion. So, I want to know your thoughts on this. I would love for you to put what you do in the comment section. Let's get this conversation started because this seems to be a hot topic. Do you or do you not ask for deposits before you start services? Okay, I recommend that you do. All right, so I hope you did enjoy this video. Just a couple of announcements. I have rescheduled my home care staffing webinar. That will be the last Saturday of the month, so that's September 30th. The link will be in the description. Guys, we're doing a lot of work on my website right now, so a lot of you have been signing up for my newsletter, which I appreciate. Thank you for those of you who are signing up. We're really starting to get ourselves going so we can send out special resources, let you know the events that are coming up, and we really try to keep that to the people who have subscribed to my channel or to my newsletter. So, guys, if you haven't already, if you liked what you heard today, please don't forget to like the video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I release a new video. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. Stay blessed. Hey there, I have an opportunity for some of my content creators. Now, some of you asked me, how do I hold or house all of my courses, my webinars, and I have a quick answer for you. It's Kajabi. So you all know I am all about convenience. And if you are looking for a one-stop shop, one place to store your products, your sales, marketing, your website, and all of your contacts, then Kajabi is for you. If you're interested, I have an offer for you. Now, for one day only on August 22nd, you have the opportunity to try Kajabi for free for 60 days. Guys, that's 2 months. So I will have the link for you available in my comment section. Do not forget, it is one day for 24 hours on August 22nd.